Mother, how you doing? Bobby Dirkens here, in a different setting. I'm outside sitting on my back deck. Thank you all for joining me, who's about to join me. This is a special YouTube Live. Special YouTube Live. Hey there, Washington Huskies football. Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. Everybody, I'm feeling really good right now. Beautiful day, beautiful day. Bunch of people saying you're first, 4th, 3rd, 18th. Either way, thank you for joining me. I'll get me some water over here. So technically, week 0 of college football kicked off yesterday. And what we found out is the team who sucks, actually the teams who suck. And we knew that. Everybody, thank you so much once again for joining me. Oh, Lord, Lord, Lord. Hey there, Tyler. Hey there, Savage. Hey there, George. Thank you. Thank you all for joining me. Just tell you a little bit about my day. Good to see you, Stephen. It's been really stressful. Really, really stressful. Got a lot of crap going on. Not enough time to do it. I do want to send a shout out to Smallville. Smallville had asked me to be a part of something, and unfortunately I ain't going to be able to do it. I just talked to him on Twitter, and he was just such a good person. Such a good person. He was so understanding. I appreciate it. Tyler, everybody check it. Hey, Caden Sports. Everybody, I did put out a video yesterday where I previewed the South Carolina Gamecocks. Very difficult for me not to throw up the entire time. There was a few times I was filming it and I just stopped and had to cut it off because I went into fits of rage cussing and going it and had to stop. Thought somebody was watching me. Peeping Tom. There was a guy in town, we knew he was a Peeping Tom. He grew out a goatee and looked like a chubby Satan. We knew he was up to trouble. Brett Legg, you are right. Gamecock's the most delusional fan base. And you know, right now if you go on my videos, I think I got 7 or 8 dislikes. And the funniest thing about it, I actually previewed their team as though they were not the Gamecocks. I just previewed their team and actually gave them a decent season. I mean, it's, you know, for their team. And I'm still getting all this stupid stuff. And I mean, it just proves what I proved. Seriously, if you go back and research way back when, early 1900s, that's my cousin going by with that truck. He's got that truck sounding good. He'll pick up a lot of women with that. That's right. Well, anyway, I was saying, but if you go back to early 1900s, Tennessee's either athletic director or president actually shut down the football program for 1 year. I'm not kidding. That's the truth. That's actually the truth, because in their words, they were not acting gentlemanly or gentlemanlike or whatever it is. He'd piss his britches right now if he saw how they acted today. If he saw how they acted today, way back then, he'd burn down the school. Wouldn't even let it go on. A few of those characters that played for South Carolina too had these weird looking mustaches in the past. Looked like some weirdo would drive around in a brown van pulling up to elementary schools going, I swear there's puppies in the back, get on in. Whew. Anyway, the reason I went live, thank you. See, a lot of you said, hey, you gave them a fair projection. You know, one of the things I'll say about it too is that Tennessee has been down. Florida has been down. Hey, Cruz, good to see you there. It's going good. Still sucking wind. But, I mean, Florida's been down. Georgia, until last year, was as schizophrenic as they come, no matter who they recruited. And the thing with South Carolina right now is that they are looking, going, well, you know, we always play them good. We beat them when we don't supposed to beat them. And I go, different coach. But you know how that rivalry go. Yeah, different coach. Hey, Patty, good to see you, mate, there. Good to see you. Thanks for joining me, Patty. Good to see you. Thank you for commenting. Been a while. Glad you've been commenting recently. 16 playoff or 18 playoff. Did a video on that. Go check it out. I'm serious. I laid out how realistically we could do it. We're playing 12 games now, and most of the 12th games, I'm not talking about at the very end of the season, I'm talking about what's been added is pure trash. You cut that out, maybe even cut out a game that's like pure trash with like division, cross division playing. Cut that out. Oh, Lord, you have more than enough room for an 18 playoff, and that would suffice. We don't need 16 teams. We don't need 10 teams. We don't need 12. We need 8. And we'll be in good shape. Reason I come on here today is I want to talk about who I believe stands a great shot of making the Final Four of college football playoff. I said that I was not going to do this until the week of the first real games of the year. I know we had a couple of games. I think yesterday we had the Blind Children of Mississippi played the Mutes of Montana. Nobody cares about those football games. I'm talking about real games coming up this week. My Tigers, I know they play a cupcake team from here in the upstate of South Carolina. But the truth is, that's when real football teams start playing. We got big games like Washington and Auburn in Atlanta. That's going to be a big one. We have Tennessee playing West Virginia up in Charlotte. That's going to be a good game. Alabama and Louisville. Alabama's going to squeak. I mean, they're going to punch them in the goober. I mean, even with Lamar Jackson, it was going to be a problem for Louisville to win that game. But anyway, I wanted to wait till this week. Hey, Clemson Jacob. Hey there, buddy. Doing good. What I wanted to say was, we see how just 6 weeks ago, none of this stuff with Urban Meyer was going on. None of it. 6 weeks ago. Nothing. 6 weeks ago, Zamir White, Zeus, who is the freshman phenom, straight out of high school, #1 running back in the country. We see he blows his knee out. So he's not going to be playing. The truth is, it's a big deal to do this playoff thing right now. I know tons can change in the next 12 to 14 weeks. I know, okay? Hey there, good to see y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. Pass it along, tell your mama. Hit the like button, please do. Please do, and the YouTube gods will smile on me. And let everybody hear this good news. Listen, y'all, you got the good news right here. Don't hide it under a bushel. I'm going to tell you the truth. I even had to tell the truth about Carolina yesterday. And that was rough, but I still did it. Because I'm fair, balanced, and right. Bobby Dirkens. But, so, that's why I waited to do the college football predictions. So here we go. My number 4 seed. This is my most tough seed between you and I. Looking over my top 25, which me and Smallville supposed to put out a podcast. He asked me to be on this podcast. I had a tough time picking my top 4. Not the top 3, top 4. Because with what went on with, and I see you, Washington Huskies. I see exactly what you. Oh Lord God, no, it's hilarious. It's hilarious. No, what I was going to say is what went on with Ohio State. That puts a dark cloud over their season. It does. The Big Ten is a lot more difficult than what you realize. It's a lot more difficult. It's not, hey, Elijah, I see at FSU. FSU ain't doing that this year, Elijah. And that ain't a Clemson fan talking. I'm just telling you the truth. That might happen in a couple of years, 3 or 4 years. But I don't think it's going to happen this year, buddy. You good people, though. I like you. But I believe that if it comes down between Ohio State and University of Washington now to get into the playoffs, I believe Washington will get in it now, believe it or not. I think they will. The only thing Washington needs to do, and Washington Huskies football, listen to me here, everybody listen to me on this one. The only thing Washington needs to do is win. Don't go drop a game to Stanford and claim you didn't know that game was coming up. Don't go drop a game to Auburn. Jacob, remind me on A&M. Seriously, remind me on A&M, because I'm on a rant right now. I'll forget, and I don't mean to. Don't say that you didn't realize Southern Cal was going to come looking for you. The truth is, Washington has to win every game this season. Here's the reason why. Because my top 3 was the same as basically last year. And so my number 3 seed is Georgia. My number 2 seed is Alabama. My number 1 seed, and forget this is on my chest, is Clemson. Here's the reason why. Here's the reason why. If Alabama had the talent that Clemson has right now, everybody would say, especially because Alabama's dominated. Alabama's dominated. So I'm not taking away from that. So if anybody gets on here going, you're saying stuff out of Alabama, I didn't say anything. I complimented them. You're just getting mad because I ain't saying that this year I think they have more talent on the Tigers side. Last year it was what it was. But Clemson has the talent to not only be the number 1 seed, but to win the national title. Alabama, remember, I'm big on who's wearing the headset. A lot of y'all get upset at me all the time, and y'all be like, well, you know we got that talent, don't you? Yeah, but you just don't have the talent between the ears with the guy calling the plays. That's very important. Nick Saban proved that. Dabo Swinney proved that. Like what happened or not up at Columbus or not, this deals nothing with anything that's went on. I'm talking pure football. Urban Meyer did the same thing. All right? I mean, that's just the truth. When Tom Osborne was at Nebraska, we saw what he did. And it is what it is. Chris Peterson has proved it as well. I agree with that, 100%. He has proved it. He did great at Boise State. He took players that we'd been chuckling at the idea of recruiting. What did he do? He turned them into a good football team. Went out and beat good football teams. Teams that had way better recruiting than him. And now, hey there, Josh, good to see you. Lord be with you. But now Chris Peterson, hey, Bowser Nation, normally in here a little quicker. Were you caught on the commode? Were you taking a dump? Do you have IBS? We'll support you. Good to see you, Bowser Nation. Everybody hit that like button. Share it. Tell your mama. People need to know about this goodness. By the way, that South Carolina preview from yesterday is blowing up. People are loving it. Except for those few that hates it and disliked it because I just told them the truth. But I was still fair to them. Even George said so. George said I was. But I didn't say that you were live streaming until now. Lord, that's good. I understand. The lame cocks. But I tell my mama, let's go light it up. Thoughts on A&M? Just real quick, Jacob. And I will talk about A&M here in just a second. But Washington, I believe, will make the college football playoff, but they're going to have to win every game they play. I know it's unfair. I know it's not cool. I know that everybody's going to be upset, and they're going to be like, you know, why do they have to win all their games? And Alabama can lose one and still get in and not even go to their conference champ. It's because it's the way it is right now. I didn't say it was good. Didn't say it was fair. But I believe Clemson, as long as they stay healthy, and if they can figure out this quarterback situation, Kelly's going to start. But they begin, as I like to say, pepper in Trevor Lawrence. By the time, and Kirk Herbstreit said the other day what I've been saying for a long time now, Trevor Lawrence will be the guy who will have to come in and beat Alabama. Because what Alabama would do is they would key off, or Georgia, they would key off, or Washington, they would key off. It just did not to be. Oh, I don't know what's going on there. It's crazy. Oh, anyway, sorry, somebody just left a comment and drove me nuts. Didn't know what was going on there. No, what I was going to say was, what I was going to say is they're going to key off on Kelly. That's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to key off on Kelly, and that's it. And then all of a sudden, we're right back where we were at last year until Trevor Lawrence comes in and throws a 70-yard missile down the field. And I believe that's what's going to happen. Georgia, I know Georgia lost a lot. Georgia lost a lot. The truth is, the truth is that kind of lost that because somebody just commented something that's really bothersome. Georgia's got a lot of talent, and the guy who's coaching them is great. Let's talk about Texas A&M real quick. Hey, college football maniac, May there to you. Good to see you. James, I did see that 109-yard return on that field goal attempt. That's outrageous. That was crazy. That was really smart. You could see how that happened because all those linemen are blocking. That's crazy. You know, Gerald, I do. Thanks for commenting. I will say this, and I do mean this. West Virginia's biggest problem is stopping another team. Y'all have never really had a problem with scoring points. You've had a problem with keeping other people from scoring more than you. Hey, Tyler, good to see you. James, May there to you. Glad that, they're doing well. But that's the thing. West Virginia stands a real shot. The only reason, and I'm not dogging them, you'll have to agree with this too, if you're being realistic, and I don't mean that as an insult, I'm just saying here, it's kind of like, you know, no matter who, even if your grandma poops, it still stinks, no matter how much she means to you, you know? So with that said, even though your team means a lot to you, the truth is, West Virginia they've let some people down, probably including you. They can't do that. Clemson used to do that all the time. Hey, Sean Bellinger. Hey there, good to see you. Good to see you. May there to you. May the Lord take a liking to you. Love listening to you. I think Big Ten will beat each other up. Jesse Wilson, I agree too. They're a lot better than what a lot of people think. Can I be personal with y'all before I talk about Texas A&M? Been having to do all this school shopping and stuff. All this money we spend, all these youngins. Hey, Andrew, good to see you. Good to see you. Gerald, it took many years for them to get that monkey off their back. Many years. Had to go through several coaches to get to it. And then once we found Dabo, everybody forgets in his second or third season, he was 6-7. Everybody wanted to fire him, including me. I mean, because it's easy to look right now and go, oh, we knew he was going to be great. No, we didn't. We didn't. We questioned the hire from day one. He just produced, you know. SEC least is terrible. Come on, people. It is. It is. It is. Yep. And West Virginia did us a great job by dropping 70 on us. We ended up making a coaching change and brought in Brent Venables. The greatest day of our lives, aside from Dabo coming on board. Everybody remind me about who I think UW will play in the Pac-12 championship. I do want to honor this. Texas A&M Aggies. Hey, good to see you. Afternoon, everybody. Just a little bit about the Aggies. Their schedule's not too easy. I'll name off their schedule to you. Northwestern State, easy. Clemson, Not easy. University of Louisiana, Monroe. You'll beat them. At Alabama, you're losing that one. Play in Arkansas, and you know, I think that'll be a good back and forth game. It always kind of is. Kentucky. 1 minute they look okay, the next minute they look like Kentucky. You never know. At South Carolina, very well could win or lose that game. I know you're sitting there going, why don't you just give us an answer? A, because it's not worth my time to sit here and split hairs, because it's literally that close. At Mississippi State, you're going to lose that game, I think. At Auburn. Is this Auburn that throttled Georgia and Alabama, or is this the Auburn who could lose to anybody else? We don't know. Mississippi, you'll win that game. UAB, you'll win that game. LSU, I think you'll win that game. That's not a bad season, considering Fisher's going to be, you know, putting Humpty Dumpty back together again, you know? Oh, my God. Going back to who I think y'all Washington Huskies will play in the Pac-12. Yeah. Utah is not a bad pick. If it's not Southern Cal, it's Utah. I mean, it is what it is. Jesse, good to see you. Football gods have blessed us. And I'm preaching the good news. Down here in God's country, where Jesus is Lord, football is king, and you're looking at basically the equivalent of the Pope. You think Utah... That's not a bad thing. I mean, everybody forgets that not only did Southern Cal lose, I got some amens in the house. We'll pass the offering plate in just a second. No, not only did Southern Cal lose Darnold, everybody talks about that. But what about, what's that youngin's name, Ronald Jones? That running back for him? Ronald Jones was almost a 1,600-yard back. You don't think that you're going to lose that and that's not going to affect you too. Losing Darnold was bad enough. Losing Ronald Jones was horrible as well. Not as bad, but bad. You just don't lose a 1,600-yard back. So, that I will say that division for Southern Cal and them can't. It's not that great. Bama 1, thank you so much. Y'all be good. Everybody follow me on Twitter at bdirkens, Dirkens. Also on Instagram at @TheBobbyDirkens. West Coast teams, Josh Watson says thumbs down. You know, really, aside from Washington and maybe Stanford, you're not too far off. I'm not, as you can tell, I'm not sold on Southern Cal. Aggressive Half, you were asking me, what I thought about the college football playoff, my lineup 4 through 1. I think it's going to be Washington. As long as they win out, they're going to have to win out all their games. They cannot lose one game. 3, Georgia, 2, Bama, Clemson, 1. That's what I think. Hey there, Tiger Nation. May there to you. Good to see you. Somebody's having a nice cold brewski. Hopefully you're driving down the road. About to hit a family of 5 and I'm not even going to joke about that. That was funny to start to say it. West Coast, very mediocre. Stanford, everybody talks about how great Stanford is. 1 minute Stanford looks good, next minute they look bad. I think David Shaw is a good defensive guy, but they cannot pull their offense together. And I know everybody's like, well, what about Bryce Love? And what about Andrew Luck? And what about this? And what about that? What about, you know? And what about what's his face playing for the Carolina Panthers? Guys, I'm sorry. I got to tell the truth. How are they losing these games? How did Stanford lose, what, 4 or 5 games last year? Let me look through my notes here. I have to have notes. If I don't keep notes, Stanford does have a good They do have a good defensive unit. Let me see. I'm trying to find them here. This is getting annoying. They lost like 4 games. But the games they lost, let me get to this. Give me a second. Yeah, Stanford is the Auburn of the West Coast. I like that. I think that's, yeah, they were 9-5 last year. Auburn. Stanford was 9-5 last year. They lost in the Alamo Bowl, TCU. And the thing is, they did beat you guys. But that game is going to be back at y'all's place, and I believe that Washington's going to get, as long as you guys are serious about that game, and I know you're like, how could you say, are we serious about that? People, you'd be surprised. They go in these big games. It is what it is. By the way, I said Bryant's going to start. He's going to start. You're going to see Trevor Lawrence come in. You're going to see him come in here and there. Trevor Lawrence will be coming in here and there. You're going to see him play. He's going to play a lot. Kelly Bryant is going to start. You mark my word. Sunshine will be playing, but Kelly Bryant is starting. And they're not going to pull him unless he's just playing really bad. It is what it is. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out something. The offensive line for Stanford is one of the best in the country. I will go ahead and tell you this. Bryant, here's the thing about Bryant. Bryant needs to stick to running. He needs to stick to running. And they need to stick to running him with those plays. And then when they pull him, they need to go to passing with Lawrence. Or everybody lining up like passing, they're having to respect his arm. And they give it off to ETN. That was perfect timing, Josh Watson. ETN, they're going to hand it off to ETN. They're going to hand it off to their backs. Lynn J. Dixon, you're going to see him. You know, you're going to see him come in and play, unless something happens, or you know, he gets arrested for stupidity, which I don't think so. You just know how things get sometimes. You're surprised. Lynn J. is very talented, and in all of this, we forget about Tavian Feaster. Tavian Feaster is a track star. Tavian Feaster is, he's 5'11", 220 pounds. I mean, we have Adam Choice. I know all of us are like, well, Adam Choice, he's, you know, Adam, he's not as this, that, and the other. Adam Choice was a really good running back coming out of high school. He's had a lot of health problems. But I'm telling you, the guy can run football. He runs hard. He hits hard. He takes hits hard. Should they renew Clemson versus Georgia rivalry? 100% yes. Those two schools are about as close as they get to each other. I'd love to see a Bobby Dirkens segment on ESPN during their game day prediction. Would help increase their ratings. Good stuff. Let me tell you, buddy, they can't handle me. They can't handle me. That would be great. I'm not saying I'd never do it. I tell you this, ESPN still has like Herb Street on there. Herb Street, I like Herb Street because he's fair. Herb Street, for the most part, is fair. I like him. Bobby, that Justin Ross is a freak of an athlete. He sure is, and he's going to play for us. It is what it is. It is what it is. That guy right there, let me tell you, they're going to, what's going to happen is they're going to see, oh, he's a freshman. We got to keep our eyes on Dixon. Or not Dixon, on T. Higgins. Or we got to keep our eyes on Hunter Renfrow. And then you slip underneath who you got, DeAndre Overton or Amari Rogers, or I mean, it's just crazy. Travion Thompson. And then guess who's running down the sideline wide open? It is what it is, guys. Justin Ross, 6'4", all man. I said I was going to be on here 15 minutes, and it's 30 already. Y'all get me going. I get talking and such. Thank you all for joining me. I was telling you, I was school shopping the other day. I've been having school shop. tell you a little bit about my life. That's okay. I've been school shopping. Each youngins, they got to get everything. I mean, you got to buy them new shoes. You got to buy them a new book bag. You got to buy them this. Got to buy that. Let me tell you what. I look down there and see, you see these sandals I'm wearing? This used to be a pair of shoes. That's how I made it last. What this country was built on. Good people like you. See you later. Y'all be good. Quality entertainment. Thank you. You know, I'm just being real. It's just who I am. Life hacks with Bobby Dirkens. Go Husky. You know, I've always wanted to go out to Seattle and see a game at Washington. I'm not just saying that because they're good now. I always want to go out there. See a game. National championship game is the Alabama Invitational until some other team proves otherwise. Calvin, you're right. And I've said this. If we're all pissed off that Alabama won the national championship, then let's stop them. I wasn't a fan when Ohio State got in the year they did and won the national championship with the third-string quarterback. They throttled Alabama and they throttled Oregon. And you know what I had to turn around and say? Should have beat them. I mean, it is what it is. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Thank you, everybody, thank you for joining me. I'm literally looking forward to it. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm going to start putting up when I'm about to do a live stream here on YouTube. My album is coming out this week. It'll probably be towards the end of the week. Been in the studio recording my butt off. And the album is about how much I despise the Carolina Gamecocks. So if you say, well, I'm not a Clemson fan. Well, if you're Georgia, I know you hate Carolina. They're a bunch of little pissy, smart-mouthed pricks. Don't worry about that. We're in good shape. We're in good shape. Make a vid every week of the games played. I'll try. Lord. Oh, Lord. It will be fun to preview games, George. I agree with you. It'll be good to preview games. But this week I will be talking all kind of stuff they ain't ready for week 2. It's going to be fun. We're going to have I do have an album. It's coming out. I ain't putting it on iTunes. I ain't putting it on there. They can't handle the greatness at Bobby Dirkens. Reading y'all just bantering right here. Y'all got some good stuff you saying. I tell you, y'all, I'd get fired up still. No matter how old I get, no matter how many times I shave that wild hair, it still grows back. Still get a lot of fire in me. I might do some live streaming, watching the game. Sean, I've been talking about that. Thank you so much. Everybody, y'all been so good. My preview for Clemson will come out this week. I said I was going to do South Carolina next to last, and I was going to do talk about Clemson. Falcons Fury, I can't wait to do it. But what I wanted to wait and see, make sure there's no injuries, so I could be as chill as I possibly and right as I possibly can. Right as I possibly be. But I'm so glad all of y'all are on here. Tell everybody about it, and don't be afraid to hit that like button. It ain't gonna cost you any money. What's going on, Bobby from Easley, South Carolina? I don't live in Easley. Live near it. Don't live in Easley. Easley's a good place. Go over there, Joe's Ice Cream. Get a hot dog or 14. Get me some ice cream. My boys, they can't eat ice cream. They lactose intolerant. You can say ice cream in front of them, they'll both break wind. Get it from her mama's side of the family. That's where you from, Phillips. That's where you from. Oh, Easley, South Kakalaki. Love it. Go over there and eat at Joe's or go to Capri's and eat. I like to get the manicotti when I go there. I feel like a true Italian when I'm eating the manicotti. But I'm really excited, really, really excited. You love dairy. You should be nervous about the Auburn game. It was up in Auburn. I love trash talk among people. Well, everybody, I'm about to close this thing down. I got to go inside and do some work. I've already picked Washington winning that game. It's going to happen. Go ahead and put it in the book. Chris Peterson understands what it's like to go into a game and everybody thinks you're going to lose. I don't know. Remember that time Boise State played Oklahoma in the Fiesta Bowl? Oh, Lord. I hear the sirens going. Hope my Uncle Murtis ain't burning his trailer down again. Sounds like a bunch of chickens getting pinched. Sounds close. Lord, I better get in here and make sure they ain't burned my house down, these youngins. Bobby Dirkens Jr., Bobby Dirkens Jr., Jr. Let's see if I can carry on a conversation over the sirens. I'd actually like to have one of those horns on the front of my truck. They actually coming in my neighborhood. I hope it's one of the neighbors I don't like. Wouldn't bother me at all. Just get rid of them. Not die or anything, just burn their house down, they have to leave. Not me burn their house down. That just out of their basic stupidity and lack of knowledge about regular home appliances, caught something on fire and now they gotta leave. All right, well, everybody, I'm going to let y'all go. Y'all be good. I will be putting out the album this week. I will be doing the Clemson preview this week. We're going to be talking lots of college football, especially as the season just gets worse. I might lose my voice. But anyway, y'all go on there at Twitter. Look me up at B Dirkens, B-I-D-I-R-K-E-N-S, and then at the Bobby Dirkens on Instagram. Y'all remember the truth that is. I'm Bobby Dirkens, and I'm right. And if you disagree with me, you know what? You're wrong, Bobby Dirkens.